Northeast Regional Organizer for Viva Palestina Caravan in Gaza 2009. He's been a coordinator of the Palestinian Solidarity activity in New York.
Every hour, a child is murdered in Gaza. Every day, entire families are being wiped out by Israeli bombs and Israeli missiles, and a third of those are children. The only people responsible for the murder of the children of Gaza are the ones who are doing it, the Israeli army, and the ones who are supplying the bombs and missiles and money, and that is our government in Washington. Because as we speak here today, ships are loading up in Norfolk, Virginia with bombs and missiles to send to Israel for free. And there are planes taking off at U.S. military bases to resupply the Israeli terror forces for free. Are there no hospitals that could be built with that money? Are there no schools that could be built with that money? Do the people of New York, of Harlem, of Brooklyn, of the Bronx not need that money? Why would our government rather send bombs to destroy schools and hospitals in Gaza, in Palestine, than build schools and hospitals right here? Who are the people of Gaza? The people of Gaza used to be the people of what is now Tel Aviv. They were driven from their homes at gunpoint by terror force and massacre in 1948. What Israel is doing today in Gaza and on the West Bank, where they murdered 6 people today, what they are doing is what they have been doing since 1948. Ethnic cleansing, genocide, to create a racially pure settler state on the land of Palestine. The same dream that Adolf Hitler had in Europe. Every Israeli you talk to repeats the same lie. The same lie. They say that Hamas, the Palestinian freedom fighters, are hiding behind children. They are blaming those who are defending Gaza against their invasion for the deaths of the people of Gaza. That is just what the Nazis said about the Jewish freedom fighters in the Warsaw Ghetto. The people of Palestine do not are fighting for one thing: the right to be free, the right to eat and live and get food and the jobs, and the right to live in peace and freedom in every part of their own land, Palestine. What is wrong with that? The people of Palestine, unlike the racist state of Israel, want nothing from the United States. All they ask is that the United States stop sending bombs and missiles and guns and money to the racist state of Israel. When John Kerry says he wants a ceasefire, that's a lie, because if the U.S. wanted Israel to stop killing, all it would have to do is stop paying for it. This killing ends, this massacre ends when the U.S. money stops going to Israel, and that is our job. I ask everyone here in New York, around the country, to raise your voices and say, not another nickel, not another dime, no more money for Israel's crimes, not another nickel, not another dime, no more money for Israel's crimes.
Today the people in Gaza are resisting tyranny and injustice. We of the Islamic Leadership Council affirm their humanity. and their right to resist occupation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them. Give them the hidayah, give them shuhada and nas, and give them rahmah and the mercy from the month of Ramadan. We have here, inshallah ta'ala, another imam who will speak as well.
تكبير تكبير. في البداية ندعو لأرواح شهداء غزة، أطفال غزة، اللهم اغفر لهم، اللهم ارحمهم، اللهم عافهم، اللهم اعف عنهم، اللهم احقن دماءهم، اللهم انصرهم على من عاداهم، اللهم انصرهم على من عاداهم، اللهم يسر أمورهم. You are in the hearts of every good man and woman in America, in Europe, in everywhere. We are all with you, Palestinian people, Gazan people, Valentian people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. اصبروا وثابتوا، اصبروا وثابتوا واثبتوا على الحق، سينصركم الله عز وجل. Shame, shame you Obama. Shame, shame you Obama. Why you support Netanyahu, the killer of the children? Why you support killing our children, our civilian people in Gaza? Why Obama? Shame, shame on you Obama. American people are here. Here are the American people. Where are the American people? Where are the American people? We don't want to give our tax money for killing children. Never, never, never. Brothers and sisters, we will continue standing here in New York, in Manhattan, in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, in Chicago, everywhere with Palestine.
United as human beings, black, white, Asian, every color and ethnicity, we are here as human beings. We are here as Muslims, we are here as Christians, we're here as atheists, Buddhists, and Jews. We're here as human beings for the people of Palestine.
The war in Gaza is made in the USA, and it is as much a U.S. war as a U.S. war on Iraq or on Afghanistan, because it's paid with U.S. dollars. Not another dime, no more money for Israel's crime. Today, the whole world stands with Palestine. In every country, there are large, huge demonstrations. Millions of people today are standing for Gaza. And Israel today, they may have the military machine, but they have the hatred and the anger of the whole world. The Palestinian people have given the whole world a heroic example of resistance. We're here to say no to occupation and yes to resistance. We need to have that confidence. Palestine will win. Palestine will win. Because they resist, because they fight back from generation to generation. We have that confidence. We stand with Palestine. Our hearts are with Palestine. We again say, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I want to also thank the Quds committee, who every year is here for Palestine for 30 years. That's a big accomplishment.
Palestine will be free. The question is, when? For far too long, it has suffered repression unequal in modern times. Constant violence, constant humiliation, constant fear. It has to end. Today, Gaza is under murderous assault. Crime against humanity, a war crime, a supreme crime, genocide. And we, the people of the planet, have to see that this ends once and for all. That Gaza will overcome, it will prevail. It's our duty to see that that happens now and not later. I hope none of us will rest until we see Gaza and the rest of Palestine united, free, peaceful, and prosperous as they deserve to be. We'll continue the struggle till that happens, unrelenting, without rest. Thank you.
We Orthodox Jews have come here today representing religious Jewish communities from around the world, including Jerusalem. We are here to express our solidarity and sympathy with the suffering people of Palestine, Gaza, and Quds. And to express our outrage and condemnation of the ongoing atrocities committed by the Israeli army against the people of Gaza. Jewish opposition to Zionism is not new. It is not just since the recent assault on Gaza. It is not just since the occupation in 1967. It goes back as far as in the 1890s, at the very dawn of the Zionist movement. The vast majority of Jewish rabbinic leaders and their communities at that time opposed this movement vehemently.
We ain't playing. We serious about ours. We put Allah first when I'm spitting in the verse. How many dead babies gotta lie in that hearse? And even in Times Square, I'm telling you, the times ain't fair. Cause we can't get away in the times here. My
It's an issue of white supremacy and racism, and we deal with it here in the city. So don't let anyone tell you that what's happening in Palestine is remote or removed from what's happening in our streets and our neighborhoods over here. And when we say we're in solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza and the Dhiffa, with the 48, we need to remember that we need to be in solidarity with each other over here.
boycott!
Boycott!
Divestment!
Divestment!
Sanctions! Boycott! Divestment! Sanctions!
We will take on the White House and we are going to let the U.S. government know that we know what they're doing. They're funding this racist apartheid regime. They're funding the massacre. And without the support of the United States, Israeli occupation cannot last one more day. Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
Long live Gaza! The people united
will never be defeated!
The people of all of Palestine are rising up, and we must rise up with our people! Not just until there's a ceasefire in Gaza, but Palestine is free from the river to the sea! What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want now? No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Beautiful people gathered from Palestine, put your fists up in the air and make some noise! No, Israel has no right to exist. This is apartheid. What is it? We got some Zionists in here taking film, right? Anyone here support Israel in here? Oh my God, a message for the Zionists, please. You people are cowards.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
The right to self-defense is not the lesson of the wicked complete. We may not be the little by my race and wicked is stuck. As I do the little cut, left the children in shock. I run with wolves who can keep their little disciplined flock.
Colonized minds, left behind by heavy rhymes, with many signs that your repression is already memorized. A sense of minds that never try to tuck in minds with many lines that keep the sketchy miles ahead of the times. I'm a traveler in this dunya, the right passing of me sooner. You can put me in a prison and I'll still be on a sooner.
We have many people watching, many bystanders of every faith, of every color, of every creed. Take 1 minute now and just reflect and take a minute to think about the dead and those people who have been massacred, those people who have lost their lands. Take 1 minute and just reflect upon the massacres that have taken place.
Have a moment of silence for Gaza.
Join me. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
This is the beginning of the end of Israel.
I really did not know how crazy the oppression and occupation of Palestine was until I saw it with my own eyes. And when I saw it with my own eyes, I was heartbroken. And I knew that as an artist, I had to speak out and lift my voice to say, Palestine must be free. I say Palestine, you say freedom. Palestine, freedom. Occupation walls that surrounding the checkpoint. On top is barbed wire like a crown on the checkpoint. Better have your permits if you found at the checkpoint. Coming on the tower, aiming down at the checkpoint. The idea is to kick you in via the checkpoint. Enter through the cage and then we are the checkpoint. Feels like prison on a tier at this checkpoint. I'd rather be anywhere but here at this checkpoint. Nelson Mandela wasn't blind to the checkpoint. He stood for free Palestine, not a checkpoint. Support BDS, don't give a damn to the checkpoint. This is international crime at the checkpoint. When I say Palestine, you say freedom. Palestine, freedom. Palestine, freedom. My name is Jasiri X, y'all. It's an honor and a privilege. And I do have to say one more thing, because I'm a black man in NYC. Justice for Eric Gardner, fucking YPD. Peace, y'all.
Victory! Can you hear me? Victory belongs to those who struggle. And Palestine and the Palestinians are struggling. Occupation, whether it's in Staten Island or in Palestine or in Brooklyn, is violent. The people of Palestine are in arms to liberate their nation, and we support them. Because today, we are all Palestine. Today, we are all Palestine.
في غزة ولدت الشماخة فرعرع بها أكبر خلافة فإن لم تحررنا العروبة صنعنا من دماء السيوف. When I was young I used to hear the sound of rockets and highs. My mama would tell me there were celebrations all the time, so I started celebrating every time I heard that sound. Then the rocket hit the ground, exploded around mommy and burning. I burning, take me out of the house. My mommy's busy choking on guns coming out of her mouth. حبيبتي أرجوك يا أمك زيني من الموت لكن الأمة تمتلئ من الأحشاء والخوف. His precious father passed away but son pleaded alive. His body's scars remind him of the love in his mother's eyes. Tell the world blames his soul for holding stones and pride. Lost his mother, lost it all, nothing more for him to hide. Yo, I gotta cut it short, thank you.
It is our American tax-paying dollars that are going to kill children on the streets of Gaza. I want you to tell me today that you are not going to allow your American taxpayer dollars in Palestine. You guys down? Yeah! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
It's my first time joining this rally because every year I go home and celebrate Eid with my family, but we are not able to do that this year. There is something different this year, but it is not the massacres, because those have been happening for over 66 years. even by their own admission. It is a project. It is a project. It is a project. Not a territory. It is not a prison. It is not a concentration camp. It is where resistance and liberation is born. All our martyrs, all our fighters are not terrorists. They are a people without an army. So these are the people's protectors, and that is what we will call them. They want us to know that genocide didn't start this year. 1948, Ben Gurion said, strike women and children mercilessly, and that's what they've done for 66 years. It is a genocide, and you will call it a genocide. And for all of those who are afraid, let's make it clear, Gaza 48 and the West Bank is telling us they want one democratic state in all of Palestine. You of this in 2009, the Zionists sang as they massacred our people in 2009 that Gaza was a cemetery. And today, our people rise up from that cemetery. They rise up. They rise up from under Gaza to liberate all of Palestine. So as we ready to march, as we all ready to march, I beg that you all direct your message as I do to my people in the West Bank, in 48, and in Gaza. First, I say, Ya Sha'ibna fi Palestine. Ya Sha'ib. Ya Ahl Gaza wa Ahl al-Azza. Ahl Gaza wa Ahl al-Azza. Samhuna. Forgive us! Forgive us! We watched while you were put on a diet for 7 years. We watched while you were killed in the West Bank and in 48 and in Gaza for 66 years. We beg that you forgive us, and we reaffirm our commitment to do everything in every free moment of time to liberate all of Palestine. But with our commitment and our own bravery against all repression here, and we echo our people's calls. Thawra, thawra, hatta al-nasr.